Hello and welcome to Consoletronics. This channel is dedicated to video gaming in all its many forms, from retro to modern, from tabletop to online. And as this is my very first video, I thought we'd start with my personal favourites. Enjoy. The ill-fated Sega Saturn. To this day still one of my favourite consoles. So right now we're going to take a look at the unfortunately Japanese exclusive Thunderforce Gold Pack 1, which contains the games Thunderforce 2 and 3. Now when I bought these packs a few years ago now, I knew there was 2 games on each, so I assumed I was getting Thunderforce 1 to 4. Instead parts 2 and 3 are here, and 4 and AC are on disc 2. I'll be uploading a video on Gold Pack 2 as well to complete the set, but I'll go into that in more detail then. Now I had a copy of Thunderforce 2, I think I got it my very first Mega Drive, way back in the mists of time, 1992 I think it was, but I never really took to it. I did play it quite a bit, but it wasn't my sort of game. You'll see what I mean in a moment. I must have heard that over 1,000 times. I still don't completely understand what he's saying. Now we come to the game itself. As you can see, it's a top-down shooter, which might surprise some of you. The controls of this game are very straightforward. A and C cycles through the weapons you've collected, while B shoots. Now there are 4 of these bases in total scattered across the level. Each one better defended than the last, so you'll find yourself having to dodge a lot of bullets as you go on your quest to cleanse the galaxy of the alien hordes. Now movement in this game can be tricky at first. Your ship is constantly moving, all you're doing is steering and shooting. But with a little practice you'll definitely find it to be a very entertaining, very playable game, one which you'll definitely come back to again and again. Now with the Saturn having so many great shoot 'em ups in its library, you might be wondering why I chose for my first video to upload were essentially just straight ports of Mega Drive shooters. And that's because the Thunderforce series is what cemented my love for this genre. My first computer was a Commodore Plus 4, which I had back in '85 I think it was. And I played a lot of, mostly clones of arcade originals like Gallagher and that. The first console I owned was a Master System, and there were some great shoot 'em ups on that. Afterburner and R-Type particularly stand out. R-Type in particular was, for its day, it was a pretty spot-on conversion of the arcade original. But it's always surprised me that when people talk about their favourite shooters, or the best shoot 'em ups of all time, the Thunderforce series very rarely ever gets a mention, which is a shame really I think, because I think it does stand the test of time. And they're just as playable now as when they were first released. And I think they're right up there with Gradius and all the other classics. But anyway, we've completed the top-down section, so now we go on to a more traditional fare. As you can see, the game is switched now we're playing horizontally. This guy's a bit mid-boss, but he's easily taken care of. Okay, we're approaching the game's first boss, a tricky one as well. His attacks aren't difficult to read, but he comes at you with a lot of pace, so you really need to be on the game with this fella. Let me just switch to the right bullets. Okay then. Once you've dealt him some damage, then he takes on his second form, he starts firing these things at you. They're not difficult to avoid, but that ramming move he's got, that is really annoying. But just keep shooting, just patience is what you need for this game. Alright then, with him taken care of, we go on to the next section. We're back down to the top view look. Now one thing I didn't mention either is the variety of weapons in this game is pretty impressive actually. The game certainly isn't stingy when it comes to providing you with power-ups. The trick is keeping hold of them. If you die you lose whatever weapon is currently selected. One complaint I would have is it can be a little difficult cycling through your weapons trying to find the right one when there's a lot of enemies on screen at one time, but that's just me nitpicking. Overall, the game is very well balanced. You'll never find yourself completely overwhelmed by enemies or bullets on screen at one time. Okay, that's the first base destroyed. Now we'll go hunting down and try and find the other 3. Here we go, here's the next one. See, that wasn't too hard now, was it? Some of you might be wondering why I started off playing Thunderforce 2. And that's because the Thunderforce series didn't actually debut on a Mega Drive. It actually came out on Japanese home computers, like I think it was called the Sharp X1 and a few others. The Japanese title of this game is Thunderforce 2 MD, which obviously tells you that this is the much improved Mega Drive version. The very first game, to my knowledge, has never been re-released, so I've not played it, not even on an emulator. Now, Technosoft, the company behind the series, also produced other notable Mega Drive titles. Herzog Zwei was a popular game, as I recall, but I never played it. It was too cerebral for me. I did play Elemental Master. That was a fantasy-themed vertical scroller. I had the Japanese version. I don't think there was much difference between that and the Western release other than the box art. That was an excellent, excellent game. Sadly, very much overlooked these days. I'm just trying to think, because I don't actually know if Technosoft are still knocking about in some form or another. But I'd like to think so. I'd like to think they're out there somewhere still producing games. But somehow I seriously doubt it. Right, for those of you who've been paying attention now, we're on our side view action again. Like it always gets me. Right, this level is a little bit harder than the last. As we come up to the game's second boss. This guy can prove very, very tricky. He's not the most imaginative of designs, but oh, Jesus Christ. But he's effective nonetheless. There's so much going on. You're dodging bullets left, right, left, right. Oh, I'll get right in the face. See, for a long time I was shooting him and I didn't even know if I was hitting him. Normally you see the kurwa mać. Oh, not doing so well here. I took him out, but it's cost me. I'm down to my last life, so we're going to have to play it safe on the next level. Does the screen ever disappear? Alright, there are no continues in this game, so this is going to be the last life. We'll see how far I can get. We come to the first base. Trying to line up the shot. Come on, come on. There we go. Now the danger here is you can easily fly into an enemy or a piece of scenery without even realising it. You have to be on your toes, you have to be vigilant. And as I say that, I dropped the microphone. But it's okay, we'll keep rolling, the show must go on. So now we come up to the next base. We've got to shoot through this, whatever the hell it is I'm shooting through. Okay, this one is better defended than the last one. A couple of well placed shots. And boom, he's out of there. Okay, I'm doing alright now, I'm tooled up, I'm feeling good. I think I'm going to get far on this. And what? What happened? What hit me? Cool, I didn't even see it. Oh well, I guess we'll finish it. Now, Thunderforce 2, if you don't already have it, is well worth adding to your collection. But Thunderforce 3, well, it's got to be one of the best shoot 'em ups on the Mega Drive. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. After the somewhat anticlimactic finish to Thunderforce 2, we move straight along Thunderforce 3. Now this is my very, very, very favourite game in the whole series. Like 2, I had this one when I was younger. Played it a lot, finished it multiple times, and I still enjoy playing it to this day. It's an outstanding game. It truly, truly, the graphics, the music, everything just comes together as it should. the level design, the enemies, the attack patterns that you face. It's as close as perfect as a shoot 'em up can get. But don't take my word for it. Just have a look yourself. This first level now is... there's not a lot to trouble you. It's a good level for breaking you in. This boss now you're looking at is... well, he's pathetic. He's got 2 attacks, his fire breath and his fireballs. But dodge them and shoot him in his belly. Oh, I thought he was going to get me there. This guy's never killed me. I've played this game, I've done it countless times. He's never ever touched me. And that's him gone. As we mosey on now to the next level. There are 5 planets in total that you have to visit. And that unlocks the centre planet. Okay, we're on, what's this, Gorgon. This level can be a little tricky. You've got things to dodge here. You've got fire, you've got more fire, and meteorites. Bloody meteorites. But like in the second game, there are a lot of weapons to pick up and a lot of enemies to shoot down with them. Here we come to the second boss. This guy's easy. If you have the right weapons, the bosses in this game pose little or no threat whatsoever. There. I mean, it was literally as easy as that. This is on, I think, the default setting, so it'll be on the normal difficulty. I've not set it to ridiculously easy or anything like that. This is experience, you know. You play these games long enough and you learn a few tricks. This third level, the underwater level, there's a lot going on. As we can see, this is the mid-boss. I have probably the most powerful weapon at my disposal right now, so he won't pose any problems. As you can see, things do get hectic on screen, but from the start of the game you can choose which level you start on, so picking the easier levels to begin with, building up your supply of weapons, definitely helps when you come to the more difficult stages. Now this boss, like the others, if you've got the right weapon, is no problem. He can be tricky here. As you can see, you have to fly through the gap as well as dodging his laser blasts, but you know, just keep it cool, don't move around too much and keep shooting back. Basically, that's the best advice I can give for anyone playing a shooting game. Just shoot back. Okay, now Hades, this level you don't, it's not just the enemies you have to worry about, the level itself will attack you, as you can see. In my excitement to show off this level, I forgot to mention the control system for this game is slightly different from part 2. In the top right hand corner underneath my lives, you'll see 4 bars. That's your speed, and you determine your speed with A. So you know, if you're in a tight situation and you don't want to be moving around too much, you can slow the ship down. Gives you a bit more maneuverability. I've got it on the max setting now, but I know this game inside out, so it don't phase me. B, as before, shoots, and you just want to keep that button pressed. You just want to keep shooting. And C cycles through your weapons. The weapons you have available are in the box in the middle. There are no screen clearing bombs or super weapons to be used. It's just you and your skill alone. And I think that's one of the things that always attracted me to this title. Alright, now we're approaching our next boss. I think this is the 4th now, I'm starting to lose count. Yeah, here he comes, oh I remember this guy, the lobster. Like before, hit him in the centre and avoid them claws like the plague. A few shots. Yep, there he goes. This game, or the whole Thunderforce series if I'm truthful, has always had this reputation of being almost exclusively for the hardcore gamers. And I don't really think that's justified. I was only a kid when I first played most of these titles, and yeah, of course they were challenging, but once upon a time all video games were. But that is a debate for another time. Right now, we come to the highlight of this level, where the screen scrolls vertically. I always wished the ship would actually turn face upwards, but that was probably just me. Once we get to the top then, we find the boss waiting for us. If you've been watching the video so far, you won't even need me to tell you what to do. Shoot him in the centre. Dodge those bullets. And dodge them claws as well. Them kamikaze things he fires at you when he dies. And now we go on to the final confrontation. I'm not going to use any continues like in part 2. Once my lives are used up, that's it. So I'm going to get as far as I can in the game. I'm going to try and complete it, but we'll see how we go. First things first, we've got to cripple this spaceship. Take out the thrusters. And then we strafe along the top. There are lots of missiles flying and projectiles to be dodged, so you have to make sure you don't drop your guard. There's a weapon that I want hidden down here, so I might have to actually sacrifice my shield to get it, but I'm going to see if I can just slot in there and grab it. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, well, this defense is destroyed. All we've got to do is enter the ship and just take out the... If I can get in there. Come on. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. Another easy boss this time here. This one is all about positioning. You want to get yourself up top and out of its range. The only danger here is the ship will move, so you don't want to be crashing into the ceiling and losing lives. So just... oh, it's easier than I expected. He gave me a much harder fight the last time I played this. Alright, there's no data on this one now, so we're going to have to see what we can see. They come at you from all sides now. This is the big leagues now, you know. Before was the minor leagues. This one is where the difficulty does indeed get ramped up. But it's the last level, so it's to be expected. I think got a feeling that extra life's going to come in very handy. There are a few more enemies to defeat, and we come to this boss. Now, as long as you're on the far side of the screen where I am now, you really shouldn't be in any danger. His biggest weapon is them eyeballs he fires at you. They explode and fire shots in every direction, but once you learn the pattern, it's fairly easy to avoid them. And more of them stupid things again. I'm going to take that out. We've got one more to take on now. Again, watch them eyes. They shoot in every direction. At least I think they're eyes. They look like them. But yeah, he's ready to go. That's him. Right, now after all that, you don't want to die here by flying into a pillar, so just watch your step, take it easy. Now we come to the actual boss. This guy used to give me so much trouble, I could never beat him. I've had to sacrifice a few lives just to get this far. Oh, am I glad to see the back of him. Not far to go now. It's a bit of a boss run now. We meet this first fella here. Again, not too difficult. I no longer have my strongest weapons, so he might take a while to take out, but as you can see his attacks, that's fairly straightforward to dodge. Okay, that's it. We're on the very last boss. Now this guy's got a lot of attacks. You have to be on your toes for this guy, but those blue bouncy bullets, they're the worst. Look how many of them he's firing at me. Give me a chance. Okay, these things, they're... Ugh. I'm gonna have to sacrifice a few lives, I think, to destroy this guy. Come on, he's ready to go. He's on the ropes. He's on the rope. Oh. With consummate style and ease. Actually, that was kind of hard. I was sweating there, actually. And that's it. The game is finished. Thunderforce 3 has been completed. I'm not going to spoil it by showing the whole of the ending. But I will let a little bit play. That is a very, very satisfying sight after all I've gone through. So there you have it, Thunderforce 3 in all its glory. I hope this video has been entertaining. Apologies for my rather squeaky voice. Sounded like I've been overdoing the helium, but there you go. I'll hopefully be uploading some more videos soon, so thanks for watching. All of you who've made it to the end of this video, thank you. Sorry it was so long, but there was so much I wanted to show. And don't worry, I will be uploading Thunderforce Gold Pack 2, which contains both Thunderforce 4 and Thunderforce AC, which is the arcade version. Definitely worth a look. So, once again, thanks for watching.